welcome back to 10D. I'm going to put one of these here and the other there, and we'll sort that in a minute. Where did the creosote go? Found one of them. Found the other two. See? Okay. Got all screwed up. Our gold berries are going to go in here. Now we're growing gold because, of course, place. Okay, Angela, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you coming by and checking out the stream. I hope you have a great day, man. Let's put that in there. Okay. Splash potion of desert venom. Pretty sweet. If my daily goal is not to die, hopefully that we work that. Come on. All right. Sorry. Have a good night. Ten more trips. Almost 40 buckets in that. Sweet. All right. Now we're starting to be able to actually see it in here. 29 buckets in there. one of the things that we will have to do is make another of these tool racks. We're going to have to put it downstairs by where we're going to get our steam machines, because we're going to need some things from the tool rack for our steam machines. We have like 200 ingots in here, 185. So once we get this set up downstairs, our coal coke machine, or our coke oven, then I'll work on getting the Tinker's smeltery down here, because that'll be the next step. 41 buckets. Thankfully they're not holy buckets, they're just regular buckets. Four more trips, 5 more trips. Hi Venom. Hello again, I mean. I am in Arizona time zone. And a lot of people go, Arizona? Yes, Arizona doesn't practice daylight savings time, so we're in our own time zone. Arizona Standard Time. So that being the case, it is just after 10:30 here, 10:35ish. So you've got 2 hours, 3 hours on me. I lived at one point in North Dakota, which I believe is on the same time zone as Ontario. But that was in the late 80s, early 90s, so it's been a while. We'll tear down that oven and get more coke running. At least it's not like, you know, there's places in the world, like in Australia, where it's a half-hour different time zone. Literally the time zone is a half-hour difference in a place, and it's like, wait a second, how are you a half-hour different than everybody else? Not even a full hour change? Nope, half-hour difference. I never really understood it, but when I was in the middle of places that I lived where I had to practice it, because I was in the military for 24 years, so there were places where I had to practice it, and it always was amazing to me how many people it messed with. But, you know, jump off my little horse soapbox. I get it for what it was used for back in the day before lights, you know. That's it. Now we can start tearing this down. Okay, I was going to say, where did those go? Grab our coal, all 17 of them. Actually, what I need to do then you're one of the lucky ones, because I know people who, you know, like I said, I was in the military for 24 years. And I know people who would use it as an excuse cha-ching. Get started making more of that right away. Okay. I retired in 2011. So it's been 10 years this year since I retired from the military. I did 24 years in it and retired in 2011. So I know people who are still in it. So now let's get all of this stuff squared away. We have to get rid of all of that. Now I'm retired. I went to school after I retired from the military and got my education in electronics technology, in electronics engineering technology. And then I worked for 6 years after that, and I found that where I was working caused me to be sick, and so I stopped working and started doing this full time. And you know, we still have, we've got, you know, a grand total of 22 followers, and working our way towards hopefully someday getting a sub. Who knows? Maybe it'll happen. Plus, I put everything that I do here up on YouTube as well, and I've got quite a number of people who are subscribed on YouTube. I think we're up to 131 on YouTube. But that's it. This is what I do now. I enjoy playing Minecraft, so it's probably the best. I appreciate that, and it's nice for me to be able to have people who come in and want to actually chill in the stream with me. I'm a pretty laid back kind of guy, so I'm kind of curious. Let's move these and see if we can get them to grow over here closer to the water. This is a 20% humidity area. Maybe not. this over here is a 60% humidity area. So I wonder if that makes a difference. I don't think it will, but it might. Maybe I should link it. I mean, it says it, if you look on my channel and on my YouTube channel, it does say that most of my videos are are posts of my streams. So, and it gives my Twitter right there in the banner. But if you're looking at it on anything other than a PC, you're not really going to get very cool. But okay, so I grew the sacred oak in the exact same spot where I had those. Where I had those right there, that's where I grew the sacred oak. So each of these is 5. So 5 from here to here is 5. From there to there is 5. There is 15. So I'm hoping that has a good amount of room to grow. Now, I don't know. We'll see. Need to pick one of you. And wow, I'll get 4 back from that. Make a seed and plant it, and pick you and make a seed. Wait. Then plant it. Go put those back in my Pam's Harvest Craft. Sweet. Working towards that BLT. Yeah. Yeah. And this is in 1.7.10, so the mechanics in this one are most of the mods that I've played. About to show your age in Harms. I started out in 1.7.10 with Sky Factory 1, and most of the mods that I played, like, because Sky Factory 2 is in 1.12, right? So I started that, then 2.5, then 3. I played those. Project Ozone, I played that in 1.12. Most of what I've played in 1.12. Now that we're starting to see some stability in 1.16, a lot of the mods are being ported into 1.16. So I'm hoping to see, Direwolf is really the big mod I've seen in 1.16 so far. But I'm hoping to see more mods come out for 1.16. We are going to utilize our sleeping bag. Because we have one now. Ta-da! See? And it's funny because a lot of people, a lot of people hate Tinkers. Me, I'm one of those people that, wait, Tinker's Construct is in this pack? I'm on it. That and Mystical Ag. Both of those. I love both of those. Wait, you're telling me that I can grow all of my resources? Let's do that. Yeah, I agree. And some of the things that came out for 1.16, I think a lot of the original mod developers just aren't doing mods anymore. And I think that means that you're not going to see a lot of the mods. When you go all the way back to like 1.4.6, when the modding community really started doing a lot of stuff, you see stuff from 1.4.6 that isn't even in 1.7. And here this version is what, 1.7.10? Pretty sure. Oh crap, it takes like a half hour. Hopefully it won't take us that long to get back in. Sorry about that. I meant to just drop out of it. Crud. Right. and there's a number of them that aren't being developed anymore. There's a number of them where there were so many changes happening so quickly that people stopped developing, or they just got tired of doing it. You don't. I'm not positive, but it could be that a lot of those people just gave up on it. Oh, good, we got right back. Yay! Man, I was worried for a second. We got to empty this out. We got 121 to go, so then I'm going to tear it all down and take it inside. I should be making the space for it, but I was okay. Look, we're right back. Or maybe you can't see that we're right back, but we are right back. But then, I see people like Darkosto. Well, yeah, like Darkosto. He does a lot of development of packs. Not individual mods that I've seen, but he does a lot of development of packs. And he's working on bringing like Sky Factory 1 back to 116. So, and with 117 coming up soon, with the caves updates coming out, and mining and cliffs and the whole, the good thing is that Mojang, even though they got bought out by Microsoft, has continued to develop. Yeah, and it's sad because some of those mods, the extra utilities mod is cool, but it's not necessarily the end all be all. In fact, with its own power structure like it has, it's one of those mods that I was like, whatever, I'm not going to use this mod that much. But then you see there were some things, like when you were on with me yesterday afternoon, I was able to do stuff with the extra utilities that, I may not have been able to do with anything else. And then Ender IO, a lot of the modded stuff. I don't, yeah, this is GregTech. Everything's Gregified, so I'm not even going to get into it. But, the Ender IO stuff, it's kind of fun to see. And like I said, Mystical Ag. Man, I love Mystical Ag. Right. You can get an angel ring without the rest of extra utilities in. I noticed that in the Direwolf 20 pack. I played the Direwolf 20 pack for a little bit. I didn't play it for, a long, long time, but I played it for a little bit, and I noticed that it's got an angel ring for creative flight. That's sweet, but it doesn't have the rest of the extra utilities, so, okay. I never got to a point where I got the angel ring, so, you know. And I've been watching a lot of people who play hardcore recently. Philza, G is the key, forgot his name, Liz the key. I've been watching them, John Bams, I've been watching them play hardcore. And a lot of them, they do huge builds. And so it's kind of cool to see how it all works out. For me, huge builds, no, I just build the bare that I need the bare minimum I need in order to get to my next quest or the next item or the next, you know what I'm saying? Mob duplicator was bugged. Yeah, and there's been a lot of recent developments in Dyer's. The version I'm playing of Dyer's pack, um, yeah. Hence, the version of Dyer's that I played, the, God, what was it? Techno? No. The batteries were messed up. All you needed to do was hook up more than one conduit to the batteries, and the batteries, two batteries, four conduits, hooking the batteries to each other, and they fed each other. And so then you didn't need to have power anywhere else because the batteries self-powered. Yeah. GregTech New Horizons does, and I know that the expansion that I was talking about in the very beginning from episode 1 is happening. We're going to have to keep consistently expanding. Yeah, it was pretty cool. 100,000, two batteries, four conduits, and 100,000 K of usable RF like that quick. Boom, done. And then the very next version that came out from the version I was playing fixed it, nerfed it, made it right. So you had to actually pump power into the batteries from a source other than a battery. And I went back to the one before it because I was like, nope. But that means that there was a lot of things that were still kind of hokey about it. I'm trying to get this down to a point where I can start pulling these off. And since it's a 7x7, I need to get it down to under 49. Or I'm going to start losing stuff. Don't jump in them. And this is a version where they just sit there instead of start smelting. And see, those big reactors, they were cool when they came out, and a lot of people didn't like those because they were like, oh wait, hold on, now you've got unlimited power, so all you've got to do is make a bigger reactor. I remember making some huge reactors in one of the mods I was playing. I don't even remember what mod it was now. But making massive reactors. Okay, so pick up the stuff that fell inside. Nope. Ah, did it twice. There we go. I'm with you. I'm with you. Who wants to do that? I don't know of anybody who does. Nobody wants to micromanage power. As a matter of fact, most people would prefer set it and forget it and be done. You know, okay, I've got infinite power. You know, like the packs where you have ex nihilo in it, where you can make infinite lava. You know, okay, if you're making infinite lava, then your power source should be magmatic, right? Yep, yep. Solar panels, and what were they? Wind turbines into vibrant capacitors. That way, you always had a buffer. I'm totally with you. Totally with you. And the higher you set the wind turbines, the better power you got out of them. All right, that's it for 10D.